Hello my dear friends, Alex here from Alex Edits. I have come back with a huge excitement of Wondershare Filmora 13. We have over 20 new features in the newest update of Filmora, and honestly, this has completely changed my attitude towards Wondershare Filmora. And if you are thinking of switching, you must consider this. And without wasting much of your time, let us get started. So friends, I think it's very fair if I review my very favorite feature first, the keyframing update. So Filmora 13 added a keyframing panel to give you more control whenever you are doing animations with keyframes. So when you double select your video in the timeline, you see the video editing properties on the left side of your preview screen if you are using the same layout that I'm using right now. And right on this side, you see the keyframing panel. So you select it to open it. And you can find out there's a timeline and there's a zoom in and zoom out controls right here. And there are graphical controls right here which are faint because there is no keyframe that is selected right now. And the duration of this timeline depends on the selected clip. By the way, I've just realized that this keyframing panel only works on this classic mode when you are talking about the layouts. When you are using other layouts like the timeline, the organized and so forth, the keyframing panel is not going to display. Okay, now when you add the transform keyframe right here, you are going to see keyframes lining downwards like this. And after a few frames, I just increase the scale right here and other keyframes are going to line downwards. And if I decide to transform the position, you are going to see other keyframes showing up down here. And now the most interesting thing on this keyframing update are these graphical controls which you are seeing here. And the main purpose of this is to allow you create smooth keyframing animations. You can even select all of these keyframes right here and add an ease in or the continuous curve or any of these curves to bring the smooth effect on your animations. You can do the same again on the last keyframes and add the ease out or again the continuous curve. But if you'd like to know all the meaning of these up and down of these lines, everything about this keyframing update, I made a detailed video specifically for this keyframing update which you can see right here or you can see right on the end screen of this video. Now the following feature to review right here guys from my list is the AI masking. So basically this is just masking the usual masking, but this time around we have an advantage that you are not the one doing the masking. So I have this image right here. When I double select the image and go to the mask, you see this new AI mask right here. You choose the option that you can use between the two. So as you can see right now, when I use this option of selecting the character, the AI start doing the job and in few seconds the whole job is done. So it shows you right here the character that have been selected, and when you select it, you see right here the masking which have been done all around and the subject have been masked out, which is the same thing that you could do on your own, but this time around it is being done by the AI. But let's say your subject is not very clear, then that is the time for you to use the other option, which is the smart brush. So this brings us back to the smart cutout of Filmora 12. So when you select smart brush right here, okay, let me delete this one first so that I remove the first mask. So now when you select the smart brush right here, you can increase the size of the brush just the same as the AI smart cutout. You can now show the AI which is your subject, what do you want to mask, just like this. The moment you unselect, the AI start doing the masking, and as you can see, the masking has been done well. Now according to my own review, this is a good feature, but right now it cannot do the tracking. Let us say you have done this to a video. Let me use one of these methods on a video clip like this way. So when you scroll down right here, you find out the option of the path, and when you hover around, it shows you that you are about to track the object, and when you do so, it does the tracking. But when you do the preview, you find out that the tracking is very poor. It's not as good as it must be. It's not changing the keyframing dots, but it's actually moving the whole masking around. So in other words, this is not a good option to do on your video when you want to track it all around, but it can work out on a single frame or on your image. On the following, we have the video scopes. I think I have to create another detailed tutorial about this and help you understand how you can work with this feature to improve your grading skills. So when you select this option right here, you see all of them showing up right here. There are 4 of them: the parade, waveform, vector scope, and the histogram. According to this version of Filmora 13, you cannot adjust the colors of your video through these video scopes right here, but it only helps you to interpret your video. So you can choose on the first portion if you want the waveform or if you want the histogram. It's all about your choice, and you can also choose the layout from here. Maybe you want to work with 1 or with 3 or with 2 at the same time. So basically all of them, they represent the tonal range of your video, from the shadows, mid-tones, and the highlights, the blacks and the whites, so forth. So you can check out this my video right here to get more information about it, but specifically on the histogram. Then by the time that I bring to you the next tutorial of other video scopes, you are going to understand it better. So while we are still on something that have to do with color grading, let us see this update of perfect skin tones. So when you bring up a portrait or an image like this, you'll be able to use this feature. I think it's cool because it allows you to focus specifically with the skin tones of the subject on your image. So I think it's a cool feature to have it on grading adjustments. Let's move on. So the next one is the super slow motion with optical flow. So this is the option that you find when you go to the speed of a clip. There are different options, but basically you use this option when you have a video clip like this, or else the skating, those video clips that you want to make is super slow for some time, or you want to do the speed ramping. And the other thing also, I want to advise you that when you are using this, make sure you shoot that video at least on 60 fps or at 120, so that when you slow it in this way in Wondershare Filmora, you are going to have a perfect frame blending, and that is going to create for you the ultra smooth, high quality slow motion effects. And the next one is the short keys, the J, K, and L. So this is very simple. When you use J, the video starts playing backwards. When you use K, it pauses, and L, the video starts playing forward. So the more times you select each letter, for example, if you click 3 times the L, it is going to play forward 3 times faster. The same thing with the J. So for the first time of installing the Wondershare Filmora 13, this may not be in function, but what you have to do is to assign these keys in the Filmora short keys. The next one is the move alignment. This is allowing you to move each of these windows separately. You can drag the timeline around, and as you can see, it's movable, and you can minimize it or maximize it. In Filmora 12, this was only possible for the previous screen. You could drag it in this way, but you couldn't work other windows the same way. And another example, you can do the same thing on this window as well. Now we go on to the Comound Clip. So this is explained as grouping multiple video clips, audio tracks, and effects into a single entity, streamlining complex editing tasks while maintaining precision. So basically, this is just grouping your video clips in your timeline. If you have a bunch of video clips that you want to edit almost or even the same way, you can just select multiple of them and select the option of Comound Clip. And if you have another bunch again, you can do the same. So this option is making things easy by creating another separate timeline for you to edit only those specific clips. And when you come back here on the main timeline, all of those clips will be showing up as one. So just as the definition is said, this is going to help you maintain precision on complex streamline editing. Now I don't know if I have to say fortunately or unfortunately, but this is the end of the first review. Part 1 ends here. If you like the way I review these features, you wait for the second part of this Filmora 13 review. Peace.